Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show today. We found a place where you can flex your pioneer living skills. And after the break, was Trump right about fake news, even local news? I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
I'll tell you what's not fake. There ain't no fake and bake to this barbecue thing.
No.
Not at all. But we're getting into the real meat.
The real meat? I think we've been in the real meat the whole time.
Well, I know, but the part where we got to drive 2 hours to get to it.
Oh, yeah.
And some 3 hours.
Yeah, I think
Ida Bell's 3 hours?
I don't know if it's... I think it may be further than that. I don't know.
Maybe 4 hours. Because we're older, we'll have to stop and pee a few times.
Yeah.
But no, we finally got to do our meat mulligan with our misfit pit mulligan, if you will, last week.
Yep.
That was cool. Got to take your girls.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. There are some passionate pit masters.
Jeremy is right up there when it comes to passion.
Salt of the earth guy.
Nicest guy.
Nicest beard.
I mean, it's almost as luxurious as mine. Almost.
Listen, he has the beard, the brisket, the bravado.
Those burn-ins.
How many B's does he got?
I don't know.
Burn-ins, brisket, beard, bravado, beer.
Babies. He's got like 109 kids.
The dude has got a B+. He's got a lot of B's going on.
He does.
But his freaking barbecue is A+.
Yeah, it was
ridiculous. Like, we got a video. By now, you will have seen the video.
Yeah, time travel.
Time travel. By the magic of television. Easily burn-ins.
I think his burn-ins might have been the best burn-ins that I've had.
And it may have been, and all of his food was great.
Yeah.
But I think the burn-ins might have been my favorite. And there's a drinking game called I'm a Ribs Guy. I say I'm a Ribs Guy every time I turn around, even when I'm eating a hamburger.
Yeah.
But the burn-ins stole the show.
They were really good.
And they hid it under the brisket.
I think that was to, like, flavor seal.
Right. And to get the brisket to absorb, or to hide it so people didn't know we had them.
That's possible.
They were sold out, man. But yeah, if you're in Bristow, first of all, hit up Facebook. You want to check out misfitpitsbbq.
Yeah, they're a food truck.
They are trailer.
Yeah, food trailer. They've got a brick and mortar in the works.
He's got keys.
So that will be happening soon, but I imagine there's a lot of work on the back end. But if you are anywhere near Bristow...
for real. We're not overstating it.
No. Look him up on Facebook, find out where he's parked, and get over there.
Nicest... I keep saying we keep saying it every time we meet somebody new. Nicest guy on the planet. The one thing they don't have on the menu, then he is not in short supply of humble pie. Humble pie guy.
Yeah.
We're going to give him a t-shirt that says humble pie guy. But yeah, if you get a chance, check out Misfit Pit Barbecue. But hey, somewhere I grew up going. Most people we know grew up going. Turner Falls.
Turner Falls, Oklahoma.
I love Turner Falls, man. I've never drowned there. Or nearly drowned there. Okay, wait, I'm lying. I did. I nearly drowned. My official fear of water was born in Turner Falls.
Really? How? Why?
Okay, so I'm going to tell the story again. In the 80s, when
you were down with the ladies?
Well, no. I actually wasn't. That didn't come until I could grow a beard. In the 80s, when you wanted to learn something, you never, especially, I didn't come from a family, I know you didn't, where you're like, Mother, I would really like to enjoy swimming lessons. Like, it just doesn't.
No.
We got that's another thing. We got swimming lessons at the house. That was what I grew up with.
I don't think swimming lessons were a thing when we were kids.
I think they were, but you had to have money.
No. Maybe if you were like ridiculously wealthy.
So for me, swimming lessons was, hey, before y'all go out on the boat, let's announce to everyone that Brett can't swim. We're at Texhoma. My cousin Chuck said, all right, Brett, come here. Grabs me. This is 1986, probably. Throws me in the water and says, paddle. Okay, he's ready. I'm like, because I trust adults. I am? Okay, I'm ready. Fast forward to Turner Falls, I'd say 88. So not much longer. Just a couple of years later. I don't know if they still have them. They used to have these metal slides.
Mm-hmm.
That's metal slides and a couple of diving boards at this basin part.
Yeah.
So I go down the slide, and I'm trying to be tough and trying to be bold because there's a freaking line out the canyon or whatever you want to call it. So I go into the water, and I immediately go down. I panic because I can't. I'm a swimming pool kid. If I can't see the bottom, I ain't on them. Like, I'm done. But I didn't want to be the guy. So I went, sunk, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. Fighting for my life to get to the edge, just to get to something, because my eyes are closed too. I'm like fighting to get to the edge to where I can feel a rock. And I crawled. I don't think I've ever crawled out of anything as quickly besides long-term relationships. And I never looked back. I never went back to that. I did not go back to Turner Falls. I never went down the slide again. I never went into deep water again. That was it. Like, it sealed my fate as far as summertime fun goes. It was a killjoy. So I've got any show we do about water, just be ready. We're going to tell the same stories over and over again, but the Turner Falls thing really changed my life, dude.
I mean, that explains a lot. But,
yeah.
You could practice. You could go out and see if maybe you could float.
I can't float. That's the other thing.
Because you have a lead ass?
I don't have any ass. Maybe, and that's probably why. Because I'm built like a plus-size arrowhead. Like, you know what I mean? I literally get in the water, and I try to do because people do that. Like, God, the water is great. They're just, they're doing this stuff here.
Yeah.
I get out there, I do this, and it's like a corkscrew. I just go down. I can't tread water. I can swim underwater, which no one cares about. But I can swim underwater. But I can't sit there and, like, enjoy the weightlessness of being in a pool.
Okay, riddle me this then.
Sure.
Do life preservers work for you?
Yeah, but this is a true story. It's got to be snug. Because I'm literally, the shoulders, like my body, it naturally wants to sink to the bottom.
I know when we did one of our Illinois floats, you fell out of the boat with the life preserver on, and I'm convinced that you thought you were going to die.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Because my number one fear is being abandoned in Eastern Europe.
Okay.
Like, you wake up in a blindfold, and you're in a town, and they're shutting all the shutters, and everybody refuses to speak English to you. Like, I'm modern day me, but it's like post World War II, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, and nobody will communicate with me. Number one. Number two, drowning.
But you do realize that, like, most of the time when you have, like, real, like, psychological reactions to water, you could just stand up, right? Like, that has happened on more than one occasion.
Yes, but my rational brain it's
gone.
It's fight, flight, or freeze. I can't flight because I'm in water, so I freeze and I sink to the bottom. In my mind. When you went down to get my glasses, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The water was frigidly cold.
No, that water was ridiculous.
But it was only cold, 4 feet down where you got my glasses, which, by the way, great snag. Did your color blindness help? Does it help you under the water, too?
I don't know. Your glasses just stood out on the bed.
But yeah, so I love to go down to Turner Falls and walk the bank and go to some of the shallower end stuff and just kind of bask.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to do at Turner Falls that doesn't involve swimming.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this before I started researching for this show, though. It's a city-owned park. It's owned by Davis.
I don't think it's always been that way.
I'm not 100% sure. I didn't do any deep dive.
I feel like I heard that information at the Arbuckle Fried Pies, that it's part of the
city of Davis.
Was it what am I thinking? I had municipality in my head.
That's a good word.
I mean,
it's got lots of syllables.
Well, and
or syllables.
Well, here's the thing. The good news is, if it's part of the city, then they're in charge of maintenance, and it's not just kind of like a free for all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
another fun fact about Turner Falls, according to them, and I'm sure somebody's going to call us out for this, but according to the city of Davis, Oklahoma,
what?
Turner Falls Park is the oldest park.
Don't do it, dude. Every time
in Oklahoma.
Listen, according to Davis.
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
His name is not Davis.
It's not.
I'm not Davis. Although Davis would be a cool name. It it would probably give you the appearance that I may have money.
I think as a first name, Davis would be a cool name.
Dude, Davis. Imagine being Davis. But I digress. Like, get after Davis. They're the one that are Stop. Stillwell. 1948 was the first strawberry festival with them. I just saw the facts on Channel 9. Quit coming after us for geography. Quit coming after for histrionic abuse of timelines.
Yeah, we do not claim to be experts on any of the historical records for anything in the state of Oklahoma, unless it is chicken fried steak or barbecue.
True, and soon to be snow cones.
Yes. But in Turner Falls,
Proper.
in Turner Falls Park, there is a place that you can stay that is a little bit off the beaten path, so to speak.
Is it up the beaten path, perhaps?
You can stay in a covered wagon.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I was really thinking you were going to say you could stay in the castle.
No, you cannot stay in the castle. I'm sure some podcasters have probably done something like that.
They've done something similar.
Yeah, where they're
Against
in
the
a
rules.
place where they're not supposed to be after
hours.
Time. Yeah.
Yes.
But, can you pull up the link
Yeah, I sure can.
in the show notes? I'd like for you to take a peek at it. They are much bigger than you would imagine. And really, this is kind of a unique experience. You're combining kind of the charm of rustic camping with some modern amenities.
Okay.
And you have the added benefit of being in Turner Falls Park.
You know, it really is beautiful down there. I like to pull off on the scenic turnouts, even if I'm not going to Turner Falls, to kind of look at the valley.
Most of those they've shut most of those down.
Have they really?
Yeah, or they're under construction. I'm not a fan
Of what? The scenic turnouts or
of
them shutting it
the
down?
state knocking those out.
Yeah,
there
it's
are a couple of rest areas
Yeah.
that were just rest areas, and they just paved past them so that you can't stop there anymore. I don't like that.
But the problem with the rest stops was one meth apple spoils the whole bunch.
Yeah.
There was a lot of some shadiness going on there for a while. But other states don't have that. Like I went to Memphis a few years ago, and I can't remember what part of Tennessee I was in or the edge of Arkansas where you could still go to a rest stop, and it's a beautiful area and picnic areas and nice bathrooms. But yeah, I just think there was something nostalgic about stopping at that, especially if you were going to, for me as a kid, we would go to Texoma every year, sometimes twice a year, and it seemed like that was a halfway point. Or
You'd stop for lunch.
Stop for lunch or
have
take,
sandwiches out of the cooler.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wish they would bring those back. But this, the covered wagons thing, it's a different experience altogether. Each wagon includes a king-size bed and a twin bunk bed and a table. I wouldn't have thought it possible to fit that much stuff inside of a covered wagon, but it looks like it's done.
Well, what this kind of reminds me of.
Go ahead.
I know I oftentimes reference other shows or other, or Family Farms. Remember they had their Airbnb chuck wagon style. It looks a lot like that. I think Davis might have borrowed from that.
I don't know who came first, and I don't care.
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah, I don't care. But the wagons, each wagon can accommodate up to 4 people. They've got heat, air, electricity, and then outside there's a communal fire pit, and they're all kind of wrapped around the fire pit. So you have your own, your own private space, but then you have this communal fire pit, and then they've got private bathhouses.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a really unique stay, and then really some of the things that you can do in and around Arbuckle. There's a bunch of things, but obviously hiking. It's a 1,500-acre park, so there's plenty of trails.
Yeah.
You can swim if you're not Brett.
If you can swim, you can swim.
They've got the 77-foot-tall waterfall.
Yeah.
Which right now I think looks a little bit like Niagara.
Man, we should have talked about that, but yeah.
There's a lot of geological curiosities in the park, including some natural caves and that sort of stuff. And then one of the things I like is just going for the wildlife. Just you see a whole bunch of animals that you just don't see on a regular basis if you're out there by yourself or in a small group where you're not.
I like a nice, easy, not challenging hike. It's not that I don't want to do the other stuff, but I like to just kind of, like I said, even if I'm down in the park area, I like to just kind of walk along the bank every now and again, maybe dip my toes in the water because it's nice and cool. But it's just that whole area, Davis, Oklahoma, just a beautiful
It really
area.
is.
Yeah, the entire thing.
I would actually love to find a piece of land out that way. Rates for these vary depending on the season, so definitely check out the website if you want a little bit more information. And then, due to all the storms and stuff, I would say there's a real good chance if you're going right now,
you're not going to get to go.
Well, I think there's probably parts of the park that are closed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I would definitely go to their website, go to their Facebook page, and make sure that any activities you're signing up for, you can take full advantage of the parts of the activity that you want to participate in.
Absolutely.
If you want more information on them, though, turnerfallspark.com.
And after the break, I've waited all in day for this. Shots fired by a local radio station.
Our partner for today's show is Enid SOS, or Enid Street Outreach Services.
Yeah, they're a local nonprofit providing services to low-income, hungry, and or unsheltered in and around Enid, Oklahoma. You know, it's outreach, it's food, it's showers, it's clothing, shelter, medical needs, and advocacy. Just to name a few things. Yeah,
it's during times like this, though, with the weather being as crazy it is, that my heart really goes out to the people that are struggling. And I'm sure they're working overtime because, dude, a lot of the places where unhoused people will go to stay, underpasses, drainage ditches, where they can kind of be out of the way, and you don't want to be anywhere near that stuff right now.
Well, we were downtown at Edgecraft Barbecue probably about a month ago, and the homeless population in downtown Oklahoma City is out of control. And if you don't get to the city rescue mission by a certain time, you're not getting a bed. There needs to be, I say that to say this, there's not enough advocacy that's widespread for the homeless population and those in need, because you don't have to be homeless, but there's a lot of that going on. In fact, I saw a family, a mom and 3 kids, not sitting on the corner asking for money, but huddled up on one of those weird 39-degree April mornings behind a Walmart seeking refuge.
Yeah.
Like, it's not okay.
It's not. And just some of the things, though, that Enid SOS does, they distribute nutritious meals to those struggling to find adequate food. They connect individuals to medical services. They provide shelter options. Really, all of the work that they do is made possible entirely through contributions. So if there is anything that you can do, including donating your time, essential items, making a financial contribution, everything that you give them makes a huge difference in that community.
Absolutely. If you want to find out more or reach out, head over to enidsos.org. All right, I am just... When I sent you this article at 2 a.m. this morning, this shit's getting out of hand.
So our news story from Z94 FM.
Repeat, Z94 FM.
Kelso at Z94 FM writes, "It's official, Oklahoma has a new favorite chicken fried steak." So it's a regular old news story, and it talks about Cafe 75 in Mounds, Oklahoma. This is the second article that has talked about Cafe 75 being the new favorite, or the, what was the other term that was used?
Legend.
An Oklahoma legend, or award-winning. The only award that I'm aware of that Cafe 75 has won has been from the OnlyinOKShow.
And to be clear, we're going to let the cat out of the bag. There is an actual award.
Yes, there is.
That's being made by a local artisan that will be hand-delivered to Cafe 75, who won the Chicken Fried Steak Tournament of Champions, created by, founded by, started by
Harley and Brett
at the OnlyinOKShow.
So Anyway, back to the news story, which it gives a lot of props to Cafe 75, so I'm going to give them credit for that.
Absolutely. They deserve it.
And we're giving them credit for the news story, which we always put the links in the show notes so that you can get to their website.
Yeah.
But you will notice if you go to their website, there is no mention of the Only in OK show or links to our website.
Right.
But Kelso says, when it comes to the topic of food in Oklahoma, we're all pretty used to the generalizations of who prefers what, but that's not always accurate. Just because something has always been that way, it doesn't mean that things can't change. Case in point, for a long time, the best fast food burgers in the Sooner State were a toss-up between Brahms and Sonic. He continues on to say, I don't know anyone who would put those once great burgers in the top 10 list today. Again, maybe. Maybe he's just a fan.
A fan of who? If you're a fan, say something. Since we've been doing this, how many specifically Kelso shows or Kelso news articles have we featured and tagged Z94 as the source? 10?
I agree. News story continues, though. For the longest time, practically in my entire life, the best chicken fried steak in Oklahoma has been at Kendall's in Noble. They're internationally famous for it. Enter Cafe 75 in Mounds, a tiny town in the middle of nowhere with a new king of the chicken fried steak by all accounts. They've only been open about 2-ish years, but everyone proclaims they have Oklahoma's best chicken fried steak. In fact, they have a practically untarnished review record on Facebook.
It's too on the nose. It's too on the nose, and I'm about sick and tired of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I'm not saying 100% that you definitely got it directly from our show.
Dude, I'm saying 98%.
But you probably got it from somebody who shared it from the Only in OK show.
There's not a chance in hell.
They didn't win any other awards that I'm aware of.
You got a snowball's chance in hell of not hearing about it from somewhere. Because that chicken fried steak, it's not going to come close to what the barbecue tournament's doing to us. Because it's literally threatening to run us off the road.
Mm-hmm.
But that chicken fried steak, were you not surprised at how that popped?
Oh yeah, I can actually pull up the numbers for.
Let's do that.
Cafe 75.
Let's do that.
Let's see here. Cafe 75. One of the videos has 93,000 views.
93,000 views.
But if you look at the bracket series for that, they were mentioned or shared. Or that was shared probably 10,000 times.
There's no way you can ignore it.
Yeah. And last I checked, if you do a Google search for Cafe 75 Mounds, once you get past the Yelp and Mounds Facebook and Southern Living magazine,
right?
Then you start coming up with the Only in OK show. So, I don't know.
No, I don't want to hear I don't know.
I don't know.
You're getting soft in your old age.
Am I?
I'm getting about tired of it because we are pioneers.
They weren't announced as the winner of anything, but there have been multiple sources listing them as the championship or champions or championship recipient, and it doesn't list us. So I'm going to say
we need a whisper campaign to get everyone to know who we are.
Why?
Because I'm sick of this.
Dude, everybody knows who we are.
Give us our flowers.
We spend 5 minutes in a restaurant, 3 people come up to us.
Give us our flowers. And I don't mean the flower that goes on a chicken fried steak. Give us our props. We deserve it. We deserve to do our pageant wave.
You want keys to the city.
That's give us our flowers. It's a pageant reference. And they handed the flowers, and she's like, that's us.
I'm pretty sure we receive that on a regular basis. We
can't go anywhere. We can't go anywhere.
25-30% of the entire state of Oklahoma
knows who we are.
Yes.
Isn't that nuts?
It is weird.
We've been begging.
We've been begging?
What have we been begging? We've been begging with the universe. Please, someone hate us publicly. And it happened.
That was a thing that we had discussed.
I'm like, please.
Like, love us or hate us, just
something.
Yeah. Agreed. But this year, since January 1st, 4.6 million views on one of our social medias.
4.6 million views.
Mm-hmm.
Take that. You know what I mean?
So we do have some feedback that I would like to get to.
Listener feedback.
Yes. So first and foremost, Jamie from Ponca City.
Jamie from Ponca City?
Yes, she could very well be in the chat right now.
She could be.
Via Apple Podcasts, gave us a 5-star review.
A 5-star review on Apple Podcasts from
Yes.
Jamie in Ponca City? Crazy.
It was titled, "One of the Best Oklahoma Podcasts!" !
One of?
I'm curious about that as well. How many Oklahoma podcasts do we count as Oklahoma podcasts?
One of the best? Dude, how do we say this? We've been doing it nearly longer than you.
I don't know of anybody that has had a continuous show longer than us.
Maybe this is Oklahoma.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I'd have to go back and check, but I don't think so. At least not regularly. I think he picked up sometime after the pandemic, and he might have had something out before, but it wasn't a regular thing until after.
You know why? Because we're OGs, original gangsters. Remember that?
So Jamie says, "Love this podcast with Harvey and Brett."
It's a thing.
That they do it live on TikTok.
You need a shirt that says, "Hi, I'm Harvey. Hello, my name is Harvey."
Yes, I will get right on that. I did have another piece of feedback. Jeremy with misfitpitsbbq on Facebook posted a picture of Brett.
Yeah.
Said, "This is Brett, 1T, from the OnlyinOKShow.
Uh-huh.
Really connected with this man right away. He's a super humble guy, family-oriented, genuinely cares about people, and has a sky is the limit mentality. These guys are the real deal. They know where they came from. They're humble. They're using the influence God has given them to make a difference. Those are the kind of people we should strive to be and to be like and emulate. Thank you, Brett, for gracing Misfit Pit Barbecue and allowing us the honor and privilege to serve you. We had enjoyed your visit and your conversation."
I know it's hard for you to talk about me. That's why you're getting all choked up over there.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me right now, hand to God, put it on your favorite comic book, that this challenge in particular, has it tenderized you a little bit?
Oh, it has. I've not been as emotional as I have been in the last couple of weeks. I haven't been that emotional for like the last couple of years combined.
It's changed.
They're some of the best people I've ever met.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but the ones we've highlighted about being some of the best people we've met, amazing people.
Yeah. No,
like
100%.
salt to the earth.
Yeah.
Just love everything about them.
But here's the thing about it. When we got into this has been our goal from day one. We're finally, 5 years in? 2019.
Yeah.
6 years in, right? But anyway.
In October.
October will be 6 years. We were begging to do shit like this. We just didn't know. We cooked up an idea. Who'd have thought? And that's the thing about it. You know, there's been some sour grapes from competitors. There've been sour grapes from fans and followers of said competitors. But for the most part, I think you can honestly say some of the sour grapes from the competitors, because at the end of the day, this is pride. This is their livelihood on the line. And what?
I'm not sure where you're going. So
what I'm saying is they're passionate about what they do.
They are, and it makes them, it endears them to you immediately.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like Jeremy, like right off the bat, like you could tell he is committed. He's invested. He cares more about what's coming out of the kitchen than what's going into his pocket.
100, absolutely 110%.
I mean, obviously he's got bills to pay, and he wants to take care of that, but you can tell that if he felt like he was putting out bad barbecue, he would shut the doors and
absolutely
roll that food truck or that food trailer down a hill and move on to something else.
Well, if you want to get involved, you want to be a part of the movement, it's really easy. You don't have to make barbecue that makes us cry. You don't have to be somebody that makes barbecue that we make you cry. All you got to do, reach out. Hit us up on our email, OnlyinOKShow@gmail.com. You're welcome to PM us. We're on every platform. Message us. But if you want to get a direct link, if you want the main vein to this thing,
OnlyinOKShow@gmail.com.
Absolutely. And we have merchandise. I've been busily working on designs. I'm seeing comments about Oklahomies. we have an Only in Oklahoma's t-shirt you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
And we make a little bit of money on it.
$2.13
You
or
want
something.
do you want us to go do the thing? You want us to see the sights and taste the stuffed mushrooms or whatever you think we need to eat? Buy a t-shirt. They're cool t-shirts.
They are.
They're great quality t-shirts. Are they not?
They are. I've got 2 of them, and I love both of them. I mean, the quality of the shirt is good. The quality of the print is good.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So if you want to get a hold of some merch, head over to redbubble.com. Look up OnlyinOKShow.
Yep.
Speaking of, it's the Only in OK Show. New content, new stuff all the time. We're where you are, and if we're not, you need to tell us where to be. I'm Brett.
I'm Harley, and we're out of here.
Peace.
Are we recording over there?
Yeah, we recording, man. I need to tell ya. I gotta tell ya.
You are special.
It's good. That's a good song. You ain't on the boat.
You know, Dan's Old Time Diner video.
Yes, it's 79,000.
It just won't stop. Like, it just keeps popping up.
It keeps going and going.
I wonder why that is.
It's the Energizer burger. It just keeps going and going and going.
All right. So you smoked crack.
Smoke crack, don't you? He's on one today. Picking on everyone.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we keep getting spotted in public, we're going to have to make a game out of it.
That was weird.
Getting spotted in public.
Well, 3 times in one meal.
It's almost like, oh, look, I didn't realize I was in the presence of celebrities.
Yeah.
Here's a complimentary ranch dressing. Do I get anything with it? Nope. I paid $20 for it. Why?
Why?
Because the girls section that we sat in gave up her section.
Hello, thing.
Gave up her section so we could sit in it where the table was.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I got to buy something from you. I said, sell me something. She goes, how about a ranch? I paid $22 for a ranch dressing.
Dude, there's something wrong with you.
No, dude, it's called generosity. She lost a tip from 2 people for giving up a table in her own section. You're right. There's something wrong with me.
We have a show to do.
You got a show to do.
Uh-huh. It's 8:36 in the p.m., 8:37. Unlock diamond rewards. What the hell is that? What the hell?
Diamonds are the gold best one.
Amber cannot do the Asian nail lady voice. She cannot.
That or she don't get at it? Or what?
She's horrible at it. Like,
Can you do it?
you know, the, what the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah. So we're doing that.
What you doing?
Kate and I were doing that all weekend long. Or Cass and I were doing that all weekend long. And every time Amber would say it, it's like, what the hell is good? It's what the hell? Like,
What
no,
are
there's
you-
no hail.
What are you doing? Where your boyfriend?
Okay, we can't do that.
You have
We're
no
gonna get-
boyfriend?
Dude, we're going to get canned. I can't afford it.
I talk like that. Sometimes I talk like that.
Okay, man. Amen, Brother Harley.
Lauren, Hannah, Thang,
She's
Lacey.
from up north.
That's it.
Early on, 1808. Excuse me. Where is the goddamn show notes, dude? Where in the hell are the damn show notes?
Wagon Town.
You're a wagon town, dude. You're a wagon wheel. A wagon wiener. Come down to the Roundup Club. We're going to have covered wagons and having a hot dog eating contest. So come down and try your hand at wagon wieners. Come eat a hot dog like the real cowboys used to do. Get yourself a wagon wiener
Thang.
and a ball of chili.
Thang. When are we going to do a crossover episode? Brett can come eat at Brahms in Anadarko.
He said don't come. He actually told me don't eat the Brahms in Anadarko.
Oh, it's going to be bad, but it's all right.
We're going to the Darko Brahms. Hey, broken bow, troubles his door. Yep, got to do another download of the show. Why you do this now? Used to I just open it up. Ain't no thing but an Anadarko way.
We just need the Hutches.
We do need to go to Hutch's. We'll have a little meet and eat at Hutch's. Are we ready to launch in?
I'm ready. I'm
3,
ready.
2,
What are we talking about?
easy now. I see them looks and faces. We're talking about. Well, let's talk about
Whale.
Talk about that. Yeah.
Whale.
Wait, that's all.
Talk about whales in Oklahoma.
Hang on. Goyo Step and Fetch. Sean Johnson. Oh, Long Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
In the fan club. Hey, Broken Bow Travel Sisters, find us some advertisers. For real, y'all. Like, get back to us. We want to travel the state of Oklahoma and find cool things. Drink all of the Coca-Colas and take the taste tour. We want to take the taste tour. Hello. I thought we went, I thought we said hellos already. Goaty Bow. 3, 2, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about, bud?
Oh, that's why I asked you.
It is almost mid. That's true. May it both be with you. Hey, I know connection. Yeah, I need a guy with connection. Hooah! What are we going to talk about?
I don't know.
I mean, I think we need to almost feel like every week barbecue update.
Okay.
We're going to talk about our trip to Sand Spring.
That's fine. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. 3, 2, 1.